Assalamu alaikum. Dear student, last time we studied how protein kinase A is activated, and now today I will tell you the examples how protein kinase A after activation regulate different biological functions. So I will provide you two examples how protein kinase A after activation regulate different biological functions. The first example is glucose metabolism or carbohydrate metabolism. In the slide you will see example 1 and title is phosphorylation of two different enzymes. You know that protein kinase A regulate carbohydrate metabolism. Protein kinase A is activated by different ligands, but when it regulates carbohydrate metabolism, it is activated by two main enzymes. One is called as epinephrine, highlighted with Z, and the other is glucagon, highlighted with green. So when glucagon or epinephrine bind with protein kinase A, or actually they bind with G protein couple receptor, and ultimately in the last lecture you see how they activate protein kinase A. Once protein kinase A is activated, protein kinase A after activation activates as well as inhibits different enzymes. And one thing that is important is protein are activated by phosphorylation. When phosphate group is added to some amino acid residue of the protein, protein become active. On the other hand, there are several proteins which are inactivated when they are phosphorylated. So some proteins are activated when they are phosphorylated and other proteins are inactivated when they are phosphorylated. Here you will see both examples. After protein kinase A is activated, on one side it inactivates glycogen synthase. Glycogen synthase is an enzyme that is responsible for conversion of glucose into glycogen. So it inhibits glycogen synthase by phosphorylation. On the other hand, it activates glycogen phosphorylase. Glycogen phosphorylase is an enzyme that is responsible for breakdown of glycogen into glucose. So glycogen phosphorylase is activated when it is phosphorylated. So here you see the both example. Glycogen synthase become inactive when it is phosphorylated. On the other hand, glycogen phosphorylase become active when it is phosphorylated. Protein kinase A can directly inactivate glycogen synthase, but for glycogen phosphorylase, first it activates another enzyme called as phosphorylase kinase. So phosphorylase kinase also exists in inactive form, in unphosphorylated form. When it is phosphorylated, it becomes active. So once glycogen phosphorylase kinase become active, it will activate glycogen phosphorylase by adding phosphate group on it. And glycogen phosphorylase upon activation convert glycogen into glucose 1-phosphate. Here in the slide you will see two different colored arrow. One is red and one is green. Red arrow show that glycogen 1-phosphate ultimately will enter into glycolysis, and as a result of which we will get energy, which results in muscle contraction. It means during exercise this process takes place. Red arrow, if you see at the top, epinephrine is highlighted with red, and here the red arrow glucose 1-phosphate is then enter into glycolysis. It means when protein kinase A is activated by epinephrine, then glucose 1-phosphate will go into glycolysis and we will get energy. On the other side, you will see green arrow. Glucose 1-phosphate ultimately results in production of glucose, and this glucose will maintain the blood glucose level. And at the top you will see glucagon is highlighted with green. So when glucagon activate protein kinase A, the ultimate result is maintenance of blood glucose level. And when epinephrine bind with G protein coupled receptor and ultimately activate protein kinase A. In this way, if protein kinase A is activated by epinephrine, then glycolysis will operate and we will get energy and muscle contraction. So here you see how protein kinase A regulate carbohydrate metabolism. One more thing, last time I told you that protein are phosphorylated at tyrosine residue or serine threonine residue. So here the phosphorylation is at serine threonine residue, not on tyrosine residue in all these cases. This is how protein kinase A is activated by glucagon or epinephrine. Last thing, at one time either protein kinase A will be activated by glucagon or by epinephrine. It cannot be activated by both ligands at the same time. At same time, only one ligand will bind and activate protein kinase A. If it is activated by glucagon, the ultimate result will be blood glucose level maintenance. And if it is activated by epinephrine, glycolysis will operate and we will get energy. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Dear student, last time we studied